Chairman, committee, thank you for letting me talk today. I'm Ted Hill. I'm District 14, Eagle and Emmett. I interviewed the Eagle Library trustees and director to get their perspective. I want to address some key topics. First, the purpose of this bill is to keep inappropriate sexually explicit material out of the view of minors under the age of 18. This can be done simply by placing these materials in a separate section of the library the librarian has supervision over. This should not entail a significant burden to the libraries. This was not a burden to the Eagle Library. This new separation of materials is no more suppression of First Amendment rights than it is having to be 18 to enter an adult bookstore. The next concern was the penalties for not complying to this policy. I interviewed the Eagle Library trustees to get their perspective. They were satisfied with the penalties and ensures full engagement with the trustees to see the policies outlined within their established library policy were adhered to. This level of responsibility puts the onus on the trustees to be good leaders and to get it done. If the library trustees or its equivalent leadership refuses to comply within the guidelines of this legislation, then they will be held liable under the penalties. If a librarian refuses to comply with this policy, then they will be removed. This is all fair, and they were all satisfied with that policy. Note here is the Eagle Library currently has no restriction in their policy for separating any sexually explicit material, as none of the materials is of that nature. So they don't have a problem there now. They have chosen on their own to do this standard, and they didn't require any intervention. I appreciate this because my children have been going there for the last 20 years, and I actually donate to them quite a bit. The American Library Association believes the library has no responsibility for separating explicit materials. And I found that, I looked it up, American Library Association does not. It is a parent's responsibility, but the problem there is minors are usually at the library without their parents, so that's not a very good solution. So they take no responsibility here on making sure these materials are—
Representative, you're out of time. Can you wrap it up?
Okay, I think clearly I would suggest the local libraries should make their policy that feels appropriate for their communities and not what a national entity recommends. This legislation will provide specific guidelines to libraries on what is accessible to minors. Again, nothing is censored or denied. If parents choose to check out this material to give their children, that is their choice to do so.
Thank you, Representative. Are there questions for the representative? Seeing none, thank you, Representative. Next up will be Aaron Kennedy.